Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mark Jennings. It's good to have you guys here. Thanks for tuning in. Today I've got a very special surprise for you. So let's get into it. Alright, so I told you guys in my last video that I want to do some more cooking on my channel. So let's call this the very first cooking episode on my YouTube channel. Growing up, this recipe for me was a very special meal that my mom always used to make for us on special occasions, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've made it over the years and I just wanted to share this with you guys today. We're gonna head on over to the shops, we're gonna get some ingredients, then we're gonna get our butts back here and we're gonna do some serious cooking. So let's hit the shops and let's get going with those ingredients. Well, here we are guys, so let's head on in and let's get some ingredients for this. Let's get some tomatoes here. Let's see, these look pretty good. I think we're gonna need some of these mushrooms. Decided to get some oranges as well. Let's get the rest of it. What's mac and cheese without the cheese, you guys? So let's get some cheddar, gouda. Let's go for this. I've got the secret ingredient as well, but I can't show you guys right now what's available here. Look at these prices, it's hectic. Let's see. Let's get this butcher's best. I think I've got everything I need, so it's time to head on, pay for this stuff and get out of here. All done with the shopping and groceries are in the back here. So let's get back to the kitchen and let's get started with this recipe, you guys. Welcome back to the kitchen. Hope you guys are ready for it. It's going to be an amazing meal and I can't wait to share this with you guys. Macaroni and cheese has always been a treat for me, and especially the cheese part. I think I love pasta, but cheese, I'm definitely addicted to cheese. I love all sorts of cheese. We're going to use Gouda cheese today, but you guys, if you love cheddar, or if you love maybe even mature cheddar or Gouda, you can use any cheese in it basically. The nice thing about mac and cheese is it's a meal that you can really adapt to your specific tastes. We bought some bacon as well, and I must tell you, there are pork-free options if you want to go kosher or you're halal. You know, there's always the pork-free options that you can go for. So we're going to get some chopping done, get all the hard work done, the onions and all the rest, and then we can start with the actual cooking.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Fresh button mushrooms. The mushrooms really make this mac and cheese, take it up to another level. And whenever I work with mushrooms, I always make sure that they're properly rinsed. I can get it out of this cling wrap here and give them a good old rinse and make sure all the dirt and everything is off them. If you guys want the entire recipe, check down in the description. The whole recipe is there for you guys. If you want to make it at home, and leave a comment as well. Let me know if you're going to try the recipe, and if you've already made it, let me know what you think about it. Let me know what alternatives you used. For instance, instead of the bacon, what did you use in place of the bacon? We're still going to reveal the secret ingredients as well as we get cooking. I will reveal that to you in due time. So keep watching and let's get these mushrooms washed. These guys are now ready to get served up. Well, not quite yet. We've got to cook them. But first, we got to get chopping. So let's do this. Next ingredient is an optional extra. This is for you guys who like it a little bit spicier. We've got some fresh green chilies here, you guys, and if you've got kids or little ones who don't like spicy food, who don't like the hot stuff, you guys can keep it out, but I like it with a little bit of a kick, and these fresh green chilies just give it that little bit of a sting that you always need. So let's get chopping these and carry on with it. Now you guys, a lesson that I learned after chopping chilies is that go and wash your hands. You never know when you can get an itch in your eye or something like that, and I'm telling you, the burn is not worth it. Just go wash your hands quickly and you'll be you won't suffer with burning eyes. I promise you guys, you don't want that. So go wash your hands. Damn, I can kick myself, you guys. Got this cheese, you were with me at the shop, and when I flipped it over, I noticed there's a part of it that's open. So I'm gonna have to sacrifice a little bit of this cheese. I hate sacrificing cheese. I wasn't sure about this when I bought it. But anyway, let's do this. Let's grate this cheese, and one of my favorite parts is definitely grating the cheese. The best part about grating cheese is the grater gets the last little bit. Cheese is freaking good. Who doesn't like cheese? Let me know down in the comments if you don't like cheese. It's crazy, but there are people who don't like cheese. I'm definitely not one of them. Now that we've done all the prep work, it's time to get cooking, you guys. So what I normally do is I put a little bit of oil in the frying pan, just a touch of oil, and I make use of canola oil. I feel it's a better alternative to normal sunflower oil. If you guys want to be fancy, you can use olive oil, you can use coconut oil, you can use whatever oil you want. Just don't use engine oil, because that is definitely not going to be good for you guys. So you'll just want to wait a while, just let that oil heat up slightly, because we're going to start off by frying the onions. And I took off my white top, guys, because we're going to work with oil here, and I don't want to get my white top full of oil. So that was a quick change of outfit. You guys didn't even know. But let's get in the onions and let's start cooking this up. Let's start making this tasty meal, you guys. Now while the onions are going, we're going to season up these tomatoes over here. So what I like to do with them is just add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper to them, just to bring out the taste. Put some pepper on, black pepper, if you want to use white pepper, it's all the same to me, you guys. So we'll just spice that up. It's something that I do with most of my recipes. Now the secret to onions is not cooking them too quickly, because the longer you cook the onions, the more that natural sweetness comes out of them, and that sharpness, that onion sharpness, seems to subside. There's a lot of people out there who actually don't eat onions, and that baffles me really, because I don't understand how people cannot eat onions. Onions are so delicious, and I think it's people just think of onion as raw onions. Maybe they had a bad experience as a child or something like that, but I absolutely love onions. And so what I've done was I put my stove onto setting number 6, which is full blast, and then just wait for the oil to heat up, and then I turn it down a tad to number 5, just so that it's not super hot, and it will give these time to simmer nicely in the oil and just bring out that natural sweetness. These onions have been going for a little while, so what I'm going to do is just spice them up a bit before I add these tomatoes in. So what I'm going to use here is some cumin seeds. Right, these are really tasty, and I've also got some garlic and herb seasoning. Don't worry about which one you use. This is called Inner Parmans. I really like this. It's so nice. I bought it at Spar as well, so if you guys are looking for this, you can probably find it at Spar, but any garlic and herb will do. So let's get on this. This is almost finished because I use it so often. I'm just going to dump a generous amount of that in here, and then we're going to put some of the garlic and herb, which is also going down quite rapidly. Now, for those of you who like exact measurements, this isn't kind of the exact measurement kind of thing, but with the garlic and herb, I would say about 2 tablespoons should do it. Let's just put a little bit in for that. But this food is about feeling. Food is about, you know, just going with what your gut says is right. You know, food is about making mistakes as well, and never being perfect with it, because your dishes will always evolve over time and they will improve with time. We just want the seeds and the garlic and herb and all of that just to fry up a little bit with these onions, and I think it is about time to add in these tomatoes and give it a bash and take this to the next level, you guys. Listen to that. This is going to be amazing, you guys. And what we're actually doing here is we forming the base of our meal, the base of the mac and cheese. So once all of this is done and the bacon and mushrooms and all of that have been added, what we then do is we're going to cook our macaroni, and we're going to mix this all into that yummy mixture. And obviously then we're going to put the cheese on. We get some serious cheese action going, and then we're going to stick it in the oven and get all that yumminess all blended together nicely. Get a nice crisp layer of cheese on top of everything, and guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be one amazing dish. Now, you may have noticed I have a wooden chopping board over here. The wooden chopping board is only for vegetables. I do not chop any meat, chicken, especially not stuff like pork and that on a wooden chopping board. So I'll just use a normal plate. If you guys have got fancy granite tops or something like that, be my guest. Chop it on that. But we're just going to chop it on this plate, chop this all into little cubes. So let's add them in and get this to the next level. We're taking these meals to another level, guys. Well, we're taking this meal to another level with every step. And it's just going to get yummier and yummier as we go. So our tomato and onion has fried up nicely with the spices and all of that, so we've got a good base, we've got some good flavor going on here, and these rashers are just going to give it that boost of flavor that we need in it. And we need a little bit of meat in the dish because it's fairly meat free, but if you guys want to leave it out, like I said, if you want to do a kosher or halal option, be my guest. You don't have to use bacon. Sometimes I use ham instead of bacon. That's also a pork option. You can use something like chicken rashers. You can put chicken in there. You can even use mince if you want to use beef. You can use mince. Guys, I'm telling you, you can do whatever you want with this. That's why I said it's such a meal that you can do so many different things with it. The meat is almost done, and then it's time to get these bad boys in. So let's just pop these guys in here. Then we can let it go for a little while. And you can pop the mushrooms in. You mustn't let the mushrooms cook for too long. They do cook really quickly. That's why I always put them in last. And then you can move on to the next phase of this mission. I'm just going to let these guys get acquainted now for a little bit. Just let them settle a bit. Well, let them lie a bit on the top and let all that flavor and everything just absorb into it before I mix it up a little bit. It's not necessary to let it mix up too much. The cooking process will continue in the oven, so it's not necessary to overdo it, you guys. You don't want these mushrooms to cook to nothing. While we wait for that, I will get the macaroni started. I bought some fatties and monies. Doesn't matter what kind of pasta you like, doesn't really matter. It's all the same anyway, more or less the same. So we're getting the water going here, and then we're going to boil this. We're going to cook the pasta. I'm sure you guys know how to cook it. Throw it into some boiling water, let it cook until it's soft. Don't cook it, don't overcook this, guys. You don't want your pasta to be pop, pop, pop. You just want it to be nice, you want it to be cooked, but you still want it to be a little bit firm. You don't want it just to disintegrate into nothing. Remember, the cooking process will continue in the oven, so you don't want to overcook your pasta as well. Guys, it's also not necessary to add any oil or anything into the water. What I do is I do salt my water. I add some salt into it just so that the pasta has got a little bit of saltiness to it. You may have noticed that I don't really add too much salt into my food itself. I added salt to the tomatoes, and that's kind of that for me. I don't really like a lot of salt at all, so I'll salt my water for the macaroni, and that will be that. Guys, we are definitely getting somewhere. This is looking really, really yummy. So just remember, just pay attention to your mushrooms, and when they've reduced, then you know that it's almost time to take them off. The macaroni is getting there, and it's time we start with the presets of our oven, you guys. So I'm going to switch this bad boy on, and then we're going to preheat it to about 200. We've got it on both the top grill and the bottom one. We'll let this warm up for a while, and we will drain this macaroni, and we will get that ready for the oven. I've turned this off now because it's basically ready, and I'm just waiting for this macaroni. I'm going to do a quick test here just to check. Don't burn your hands. That's how I like it. Tender but still firm. Then you know it was great. And guys, stay tuned, keep watching, because we're going to reveal the secret ingredient as well once I put everything in. So I'm going to drain this macaroni, I'm going to put it in this bowl, and then we're going to mix up this. We're going to add the secret ingredient in with the cheese, obviously, and we're going to stick it in the oven, and man, I'm telling you guys, it is going to be amazing. You guys, this is the time we've all been waiting for. Big reveal, and it is cream style sweet corn, guys. Cream style sweet corn makes this dish, guys. It takes it up a level, it just takes it to the next level. So I'm quickly opening this, and then we're gonna slam this cream style sweet corn right in here. We're gonna mix it up with everything, and I'm telling you, this just takes it up a level, you guys. Then it's time to add in the cheese. This cream style sweet corn is really a game changer for this meal, and something I do recommend putting in. Even if you're not a fan of it, guys, I'm telling you, you won't be sorry. But now it's time to get this cheese and to get it. So I've grated this whole bunch of cheese as you seen earlier. So we're just going to put a little bit in, because what I want to do is I want to mix some of this in with the mac and cheese, and then the remainder we're going to use for sprinkling on top. So I'm going to just get all of this, get it in here, because we want it to be nice and cheesy, but we want enough to cover the entire top of it as well. Let's get this bad boy in here and get it ready. And we'll let it chill there, we'll keep an eye on it, and then we'll just put the grill on top lastly and let the cheese brown on top. So it's been going for about 10 minutes or so in the oven, still on 200 degrees Celsius, and it's looking really, really good. If you look underneath there, you can see that it's all cooking up in the bottom. Obviously cheese is melted long ago, so we'll leave it for about another 10 minutes, and then what we're going to do is we're going to crank it, and we're going to put it on grill, and we're going to let the cheese brown a little bit on top, and then we're basically done. Finally ready, you guys. Check this out. Macaroni and cheese my jetting style, and I'm gonna serve this up quickly so you guys can see we have the first bite. Well, there we go, you guys. Macaroni and cheese, all done. Quick and simple. It is a great treat for the kids. Just don't add in the chilies. It's a great treat for mom, dad. It's simple to make. Anybody can make it. And now is a good time, guys. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do it now, guys. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think and let me know what you guys would like me to make next. From there, well, from me, I'll see you guys next time.